Welcome back, everyone, to Rolls and Rockets, Planescape Torment Episode 3. Let's get right into it. So we're at the Mortuary, where we started. We just made it to the next floor. We're gonna go around and loot some stuff and try to make our way out of here. We can go find Farod and unravel the mystery of the Nameless One. So I'm just gonna run through here and grab as much stuff as I can, and once I've grabbed everything, I'm gonna stop and take a little read through the descriptions of a bunch of the items I found, except for maybe a few I might have already read. Like I think I might have read the embalming fluid item description already. I don't quite remember. If you want me to read it or you don't remember, let me know in the comments. Iron pry bar, Dustmen request. Locked? Okay. I'm gonna talk to the zombies, but really quickly first here, I'm gonna grab this key. Excuse me. All right, so I think that's like all the stuff I need to loot, so I'm just gonna talk to these guys now, or not talk to them, but sort of talk to them. The corpse's meaty head was clearly severed at some point and hastily sewn back on. Several different sets of stitching, all in various states of unraveling, seem to indicate that the head is constantly being knocked back off and reattached during the course of its work. A number, 79, has been cut into its temple, circumscribed by a fanged circle that appears to have been branded on its forehead. Examine the fanged circle. The fanged circle looks like it was branded on the corpse's forehead long ago, presumably before it died. It might be a religious icon of some sort or a rite of passage. You notice that one of the recesses between the inner fangs has a small triangle within it, as if it has some special significance. I wonder if the space between the fangs match the grooves on this copper earring I have.
My journal.
The corpse makes no reply. It looks like it is too far gone to answer any of your questions. Leave the corpse in peace. This looks to be the corpse of a well-aged, even ancient woman. Aside from the embalming fluid stink, the stitches sealing her mouth, and the number 679 stitched onto her right cheek, it's likely she looks only slightly different now than she did in her final years. So, doing anything later? The corpse continues to stare at you. Farewell then. This animated skeleton smells horrible, as if it had been only freshly stripped and prepared. Its jaw and major joints are tightly bound with leather straps, and a rough smock has been thrown over it. The number 1221 has been chiseled into its forehead. I have to ask, why the smock? I mean, it's not like you have anything to be modest about. The skeleton makes no reply. Great talking to you, Bones. Stay healthy. Okay. Let's grab more and let's make it to the next floor and do a little bit of item description reading. How exciting. Oh, more cabinets and things. Wait, was that a hammer? Yeah. Get that hammer. Let's see. I believe I must go this way. Yes. The beautiful, glorious mortuary. Always good to see the dirty, viscera-covered tables and the dead bodies. It's just so refreshing, right? All right, the first floor.
I'm gone.
Brilliant. I'm gonna give a little quick save here. Zombie worker. This doddering corpse has had its eyes sewn shut as well as its mouth, and the number 732 is carved into its brow. The threadwork that keeps its ocular cavities sealed looks extremely old. You wonder if the eyes were sewn shut before or after the man's death. You notice he is carrying a huge tome in his hands, as if taking it somewhere. Take the tome from his hands carefully. You carefully take the tome from the corpse's hands. It doesn't seem to notice. The tome appears to be a book of enchantments and wards. It is filled with diagrams and charts detailing various aspects of the necromantic arts. The book itself is extremely heavy, as awkward as the zombie is. It must be extremely strong. Yes. Very strong zombie. Very good. Leave the corpse in peace. Alright. Sanctum key. This heavy key is a strange fusion of bone and an unidentifiable blood red metal. Its jagged C-shaped head looks like it's ready to clamp down on whoever holds it. This key is used to open the inner gates of the mortuary. Okay. Dustmen request. Contact the necromancer responsible for raising contractual worker 42. I know he's examined the skeleton before, but I am certain the initial raising of the body was warped. The worker still responds to commands, but when it has completed a task, it resumes pacing in the same circular pattern as it did before. Dahl recently informed me that worker 42 exhibited that same walking pattern when it was a zombie decades ago. There may be a soul echo in the marrow, or the skeleton's age may have caused the magic animating him to decay. One of the initiates suggested it may be following an order issued by a high-ranking dustman in the past, but I have found no records of such an order. Whatever the reason for its behavior, the matter is to be resolved or the worker replaced. Prybar used to open doors, chests, and occasional reluctant rib cages. Not much to know there. Junk! A collection of junk, small springs, broken bolts, and cracked gear or two. It looks like someone felt these pieces might be useful one day, but they seem pretty useless to you. Well, I mean, they're pretty cute, so I'm gonna keep them. The strange metal bracelet has directions inscribed on the side of it. Judging from the crude text, it appears that the bracelet works by being held by a living creature. Then, while pronouncing a mantra to the true death, it is touched to the forehead of a zombie or a skeleton. When this is done, the minor enchantment held within the item spreads through the corpse, strengthening their bones, killing traces of corpse rot or grave mold, and helping to seal minor tears in the skin. And so I can use that to heal Nameless One and Mort for 2 to 8 temporary HP and +1 AC for a quote-unquote half hour. So pretty good stuff. What am I looking for? Here, Bone Charm. Give that to Mort. Mort can carry, I want to carry the Tome of Bone and Ash, and Mort can carry some of these pages. I am gonna need room while I'm looting this place up. Alright.
Done.
Onward. Another zombie. You see a male corpse with the number 331 chiseled into his skull. His eyes and lips are stitched closed, and there is a gaping hole torn in his throat. He smells foul. Great talking to you. Farewell. Zombie stares silently. Silently. Okay. Another quick save because I don't want everyone to go berserk in this place and attack me. Giant skeleton. Before you is a giant skeleton in ornate bronze armor. The armor has been bolted onto the skeleton's frame, and a series of elaborate symbols have been carved across the breastplate. You wonder where the skeleton came from. You weren't aware they made humans in this size. The huge blade in its hands look like it weighs as much as a wagon cart. Examine the giant skeleton carefully. The skeleton's intricate bronze armor is riveted onto its ribcage and shoulder blades with a series of iron bolts. As you study the frame behind the armor, you notice the same iron bolts are set into the skeleton's shoulder, elbow, pelvic, and knee joints. A mass of thick leather cords and heavy knotted ropes run along the length of the skeleton's arms and legs. woven in such a pattern that they resemble muscles and tendons. Examine the armor. Despite the armor's obvious age, it looks well cared for. It shines brightly, and the symbols engraved on the breastplate seem to flow in the firelight, shining slightly whenever you try to focus on them. I don't think I want to try to pry the blade or or pry the bolts out, but I do want to study the symbols. Almost unconsciously, you let your gaze relax as you look at the symbols. After a moment, the symbols cease shifting and resolve into a trail of runes that run up and down the breastplate. Strangely enough, the interlocking pattern of runes reminds you of chains, and with that thought, you suddenly recall that these runes are some sort of warding enchantment. I could study the runes and recall the enchantment. You study the pattern of runes as they weave their way across the breastplate. On its most basic level, the runes are a lesser armoring enchantment, but several skull-shaped runes and spherical tracings along the edges of the armor make you suspect several greater necromantic and warding enchantments are woven in as well. Touching the skeleton will most likely cause it to awaken and defend itself. See if you can dispel the enchantment somehow. You suspect that marring the rune pattern along the breastplate could unravel the enchantments, but it looks difficult. The pattern is complicated, and scratching out the wrong portion could cause the skeleton to animate. And 500 XP. I like it. Compare the pattern to the enchantments in the Tome of Bone and Ash. See if you can determine how they can be broken. From what you can make out from the tome, it seems the armoring enchantment applies only to the breastplate. The necromantic enchantment allows the skeleton to be raised, but it is the warding enchantment that gives the skeleton its limited awareness of its surroundings. You'd guess that if you were to mar the skeleton's wards, it would interpret as an attack, unless you blinded it to your presence first. Show more. Mar the runes, maintaining the ward enchantment first, then work backward through the rune pattern, canceling the necromantic, then the armoring enchantment. The work is difficult and nerve-wracking at first, but slowly your mind begins to focus and the runes begin to unravel beneath your attack. Within minutes, the giant skeleton has been stripped of the enchantments binding it. It collapses, falling to the floor with a crash of bones and a heavy clanging noise. Damned pile of bones. 800 XP. Fantastic. You wait for a moment and no one responds to the sound. Moving quickly, you sift through the skeleton's parts on the floor. Most of it is too heavy or too old to be useful, but you discover a piece of the skeleton's breastplate with a majority of one of the broken enchantments engraved on it. You have a feeling that it could prove useful. I'll just take it then.
I feel stronger.
Oh. I feel stronger. Excellent. Level up. Fighter, let's see, saving throws have improved, fighting skills have improved, 1 characteristic point gained, 10 hit points gained. Wisdom. Your wisdom surpasses that of mortal men. You gain a substantial bonus to all earned experience points except. Yeah. So I'm just gonna dump like as much XP as possible and go through quite a few dialogue options, because that's how you unlock an extremely significant amount of experience in this game, which I enjoy doing. Before you is a giant skeleton in ornate bronze armor. Indeed, I've read this. Examine the skeleton, examine the armor, study symbols, recall the enchantment, dispel the enchantment, and mar the runes. 800 more XP. That's incredible. All right, I'm just gonna rinse and repeat on all of these fellas. Examine the armor, study the symbols, study the runes, dispel the enchantment, and Mar the runes, maintaining the wards.
Looks like my skills
Huh.
have increased.
Mort has increased in experience. Saving throws improved, fighting skills improved, 10 hit points, and 2 from Constitution. Cool. Examine the giant. Examine the armor. Study the symbols. Study the runes. See if you can dispel the enchantments. And mar the runes, maintaining the warding enchantment first. Yeah. Yeah, no, I dig free XP. No doubt about that. And I already went up there a little. Ooh, what's this? Crescent hatchet. Oh. Oh, the music changed. Let's just take a little listen. It's a beautiful track. Very lovely. Dayanara. You see a strikingly beautiful ghostly form before you. Her arms are crossed and her eyes are closed. She has long flowing hair and her gown seems stirred by some ethereal breeze. As you watch, she stirs slightly and her eyes flicker. Greetings.
You. What is it that brings you here? Have you come to see firsthand the misery you have wrought? Perhaps in death I still hold some shred of use for you, my love.
Who are you? The spirit makes a begging motion with her hands. How can it be that the thieves of the mind continue to steal my name from your memory? Do you not remember me, my love? The ghost stretches out her arms. Think. Her voice becomes desperate again. The name Dayanara must evoke some memory within you. Yeah, I mean, that's not exactly her voice, but that's the best I can do. I think I feel the stirrings of memory. Tell me more. Perhaps your words still chase the shadows from my mind, Dayanara. Oh, at last the fates show mercy. Even death cannot chase me from your mind, my love. Do you not see? Your memories shall return. Tell me how I can help you, and I shall. Do you know who I am? You are both blessed and cursed, my love, and you are one who is never far from my thoughts and heart. Blessed and cursed, what do you mean? The nature of your curse should be apparent, my love. Look at you. She points at you. Death rejects you. Your memories have abandoned you. Do you not pause and wonder why? I'm still trying to get my bearings, actually. What else can you tell me about myself? I know that you once claimed you loved me and that you would love me until death claimed us both. I believe that, never knowing the truth of who you were, what you were, and what am I? I cannot. She suddenly freezes, and she speaks slowly, carefully, as if her voice frightens her. The truth is this: you are one who dies many deaths. These deaths have given the knowing of all things mortal, and in your hand lies the spark of life and death. Those that die near you carry a trace of themselves that you can bring forth. As Dayanara speaks the words, a crawling sensation wells up in the back of your skull. You suddenly feel compelled to look at your hand. As you lift it up, you look at it. You can see the blood coursing sluggishly through your arm, pouring into your muscles, and in turn giving strength to your bones. What?
Updated my journal.
And you know, Dayanara is right. You suddenly remember how to coax the dimmest spark of life from a body and bring it forth. The thought both horrifies you and intrigues you. You have remembered how to raise others from the dead. To access this ability, select the Special Abilities button in the Quick menu. You can only use this on party members that have died in your presence. It will not work on anyone who does not travel with you, and it will not work on party members you remove from the party while they are dead. I had other questions. What it is you wish to know? Who are you? Da, da, da. Can you tell me where I am? Where are you? Why, you are here with me, my love. As in the times when life was something both of us shared, now it is the eternal boundary that separates us. Eternal boundary? Dayanara sounds saddened. It is a barrier I fear you shall never cross, my love. It is the barrier between your life and what remains of mine. I see. Perhaps you can answer some other questions. I need to escape this place. Can you help me? As you are about to ask Dayanara the question, it catches in your throat. It occurs to you that if you tell her you are looking for an escape route, she may feel you are abandoning her. If you are going to ask her how to leave, you'll need to be delicate about it. Dayanara, I am in danger. Can you guide me to a place of safety? I shall return as soon as I can to speak to you again. In danger? Dayanara looks concerned. Of course, my love. I will aid you in any way I can. She closes her eyes for a moment, and you watch an ethereal zephyr pass through her body, stirring her hair. After a moment, the zephyr dies, and her eyes slowly open. Perhaps there is a way. Yes? Oh, more XP. I sense that this place holds many doors shrouded from mortal eyes. Perhaps you could use one of these portals as a means of escape. Portals? Portals are holes in existence, leading to destinations in the inner and outer planes. If you could find the proper key, you could escape through one of them. Key. Dayanara pauses for a moment, as is attempting to remember. Portals will reveal themselves when you have the proper key. Unfortunately, these keys can be almost anything. An emotion, a piece of wood, a dagger of silvered glass, a scrap of cloth, a tune you hum to yourself. I fear that the Dustmen are the only ones who would know the keys you could use to leave their halls, my love. I see. I had other questions. What is you wish to know? Nothing now, Dayanara, though I shall return. Farewell. Hold a moment. I learned much when I traveled with you, my love, and what you have lost, I have retained. I have not divulged all that I know to you. My sight is clear, whilst you fumble in the darkness for a spark of thought. And what is it your sight sees that I do not? Time itself relaxes its hold as the chill of oblivion slowly claims us, my love. Glimpses of things yet to come swarm across my vision. I see you, my love. I see you as you are now, and... Dayanara grows quiet. What is it? What do you see? I see what lies ahead of you. It ripples through the plains, stemming outward from this point. Shall I speak of what I see? Tell me. First, I require a promise. Promise you will return, that you will find some means to save me or join me.
I swear I will find some means to save you or join you.
This is what my eyes see, my love. Unfettered by the shackles of time.
Wait for her to continue.
You shall meet enemies 3, but none more dangerous than yourself in your full glory. They are shades of evil, of good, and of neutrality, given life and twisted by the laws of the plains.
Wait for her to continue.
You shall come to a prison built of regrets and sorrow, where the shadows themselves have gone mad. There you will be asked to make a terrible sacrifice, my love. For the matter to be laid to rest, you must destroy that which keeps you alive and be immortal no longer.
Destroy what keeps me alive?
I know that you must die, still can. The circle must come to a close, my love. You were not meant for this life. You must find that which was taken from you and travel beyond, into the lands of the dead.
Die while I still can.
Updated my journal.
I do not doubt your ability to rise from the dead. I do believe that every incarnation weakens your thoughts and memories. You claim you have lost your memory. Perhaps it is a side effect of countless deaths. If so, what more will you lose in successive deaths? If you lose your mind, you will not even know enough to realize that you cannot die. You shall truly be doomed. Countless deaths? How long has this been going on? I do not truly know, except that it has gone on long enough. Other questions? No. Farewell.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
She smiles, but there is only sadness in it. She closes her eyes, and with an ethereal whisper, she fades. You back with me, Chief? Kind of drifted out on me there. No, I'm fine. Do you know who that spirit was? Spirit? That specter I was talking to, the woman? You are rattling your bone box with some woman. Where? Mort looks around excited. What did she look like? She was right on top of the beer. Didn't you see her? No, you must kind of drifted out for a bit there. Just stood there, statue-like. I was a little worried you'd gone addled on me again. No, I'm fine, I think. Let's move on. Alrighty. So for this episode, I think I'm going to cut it here. I hope that the video quality is better, the mic quality is better. I really appreciate all the views and likes I've been getting from everyone. And subscriptions too, of course. And thanks so much. And this has been Rolls and Rockets. Have a great time. Bye.